At the TCA launch meeting. It's day 2. We've gone through a whole day of conversations about core values and guiding principles, and we had some activities in the afternoon. So we're going to talk to a few people and see how they feel about the second day. Let's go. We also have this amazing food truck called Oaxacan Kitchen Mobile, and they're based in Northern California in Palo Alto. Available for parties, receptions, all that kind of stuff. And there they are, and no one's in line. Let's go somewhere else.
Let's go grab somebody for getting churros.
So it looks like there's some people here who might want to be interviewed for a webcast, live on live stream. I think we have 2 participants here, one of who is available. Tyrone, can you step forward and be interviewed? So,
aren't you gonna come and interview me in the shot?
Get another.
I want to get a taco, so we're going to go this way.
Oh, okay. I'll follow you. Well, let me get my water.
Okay, so we're going to wait a few minutes for Tyrone as we walk down so I can get a carnitas taco because it's so delicious.
I feel like we're on one of those like Japanese TV shows where they, where they're like, oh, we're gonna walk down the street now.
And we're going to enjoy some Oaxacan Kitchen Mobile. Some delicious food right here. Churros, some Mexican chocolate cupcakes. So Tyrone, as I order my taco, can you tell that TV audience right there how you felt about this second day? You can hold that.
Well, you go order your taco.
And that.
Oh, okay.
Thanks.
Yeah, so the second day has been really interesting. We're really starting to get into the kind of the nitty gritty and doing a combination of lots of different things. Actually, we talked about, and I don't know how much. Well, I guess you guys were on the webcast for Lisa's presentation about kind of the lessons learned from the Taiko conference. So that was kind of interesting to kind of see some of those things. We just got out of a session. We kind of did a dual session where we did kind of an improvisation workshop. And then we also did a workshop for some of the folks that had signed up to be interviewed. One of the tasks that we had was that we had to go interview different people outside in the community to kind of see what their needs were and things of that nature. And we kind of brought that back and did a workshop about kind of trying to meet those needs. And then tomorrow, I understand, is like we kind of came up with these ideas, and we're going to kind of pitch those to the broader group and then try to figure out, okay, well, which one of these are things that we can really do versus the things that's like, well, maybe we could do them, but not coming up soon. So,
Who did you interview?
so my person was Alexa. Oh, yeah, sure.
Give a shout out.
It's like we still have the blue tape here. So this is my interviewee. Currently playing with Sonoma County Taiko, but if you've ever actually heard of Smokin' Bachi Taiko, this is one of the founding members right here. So that was kind of one of the little neat facts that I didn't know by just obviously reading the regular profile. So I'm gonna.
What did you design?
So put her back in there. So our design was coming up with basically there seems like there was a need for a database and just kind of a collection of all the different times of the data spanning from what do you want to say the just what the groups are, what groups exist versus kind of like, well, I need information about like starting a new group or potentially, hey, I need a scholarship to go to NATC, or I just want a scholarship to go study Taiko in this other area. And so it's really just kind of putting that all together, in a format that a lot of groups can access. And what I found was interesting is that throughout the process, and I don't know, can we hear with the motor? Is this good or okay? I don't want to be like, Okay. Oh, hey, stepped on the microphone. I'm thinking about getting more beans and rice. Not that everyone on the camera really cares about that.
Do you have viewers?
I don't know. That's a question. Do we?
One viewer.
Hey, all right. Man, someone's probably watching this like, man, why do I want to watch this guy just babble about nonsense?
Good. Let's go inside.
Have we had lots of viewers on the webcast for some of the other events or functions?
A lot of people view things afterwards too.
Oh, archived. I see. I see. Oh man, that's even worse for me now because they're gonna be. Oh well. Yeah, what was I talking about? Just yeah, just the database. It's just really interesting that one of the common things I think I found with the groups, at least in our session, because we did the split session, was that it seems like there is that kind of need out there that where a lot of people want to know, different varied levels of information, and so I think that, and at least from the onset, it looks like there's something that is very feasible to do. If just from like, if it's just a matter of like collecting like who are the groups that exist, in North America or wherever, right? It's like as long as we can kind of go out there and compile the data that's already existing or start over, which would probably not be fun for anybody to do, but whatever it is, it's like it's not that labor intensive where it's kind of like we have to set up a mentorship program and get all these other people volunteered to try to make that happen. So it seems like it's a good, yeah, it's a good first step. That's something feasible that we can kind of show as we roll out the TCA, to the community and whatnot. So I think from that aspect, there's some promise. But I'm really still interested to see kind of how, as we continue with this process, kind of how we flesh out kind of what are the goals, and that's kind of what I hope we're going to see as we continue on for tomorrow during the sessions. And I think after some of the evening sessions, like we were all kind of hanging out and just kind of talking shop last night, and so to have more of those conversations will kind of spark. I'm hoping they're going to spark ideas for all of us that are doing those types of things. So.
Great. Sounds good. Well,
Yeah.
thank you, Tyrone.
Okay, I'll hand this back to you.
Yay.
And this thing that I dropped.
Oh.
Here's-
Okay. So I got my tacos. So we're going to say goodbye to Tyrone and continue on
Hi, Tyrone.
walking this way. Let's talk to some of our volunteers from Jindaiko and see what their perspective was on facilitating the D-School activity. And they ran away. Typical.
Talk to Roy. Roy and Janet.
Let's talk to Roy and Janet. I feel like they'll have some perspective. Hello. So, we are live streaming during different parts of this conference, and these videos are also going to be archived. So, we want to tell the internet community out there kind of what's been happening with with today's session. We did a few interviews about yesterday's session, and we just interviewed Tyrone from Inochi Taiko about how he felt about the D-School activity. So can you guys tell us a little bit about your takeaways from the D-School activity and also from the session this morning?
Which activity? The design activity?
Yeah, the design school activity.
I thought it was really great because it made us think about specific groups of people who play taiko. I never kind of separated out somebody who we had the teachers were one group, and people who were far away and couldn't get to conference were another group, and then people who were playing recreationally. So it was really, and there's Sue. You did a fabulous job, Sue. No, it really made me think and consider this whole weekend is making me think about taiko in a way that I haven't before, which I'm really grateful for. And and I really admire that the TCA is being formed and that it's being opened up to everybody like this to have input, and it feels so. Everybody who's really dropped down any ego or their very beginner mind, as you suggested, is going on here in a big way, and it's fabulous.
So you said something kind of interesting. You said that you changed the way that you thought about taiko from before and after these few sessions. Can you tell us a little bit more about that? How did you think about taiko before, and how has this kind of changed the way that you're going to think about taiko in the future?
Well, I know that the idea of federation has been broached before, and I have to admit that the word federation is kind of negative to me, so I wasn't that interested. But the inclusiveness that's going on here is really making it okay that we can have a group of people make a decision together for a larger group in a beneficial way for everyone. So I think that's the biggest change, because I thought, oh, federation, that seems so, clubby. So I like this a lot.
And for those of our viewers out there that might not know about what the Federation is, can you tell us a little bit about, or do you feel comfortable telling us a little bit about?
No, I don't.
Okay. Okay. So, should I say?
Yeah,
No.
You know, I don't know.
So just know that the word federation has a type of context and type of opinion, history in our community. So some people feel a little abject towards it. So, but thank you, Janet, for your thoughts and for talking to us today. And that's the last call for food. Thank you. Food was actually one of the things that came out in Why Do You Play Taiko, which was really kind of funny, but it makes sense. Good food and good taiko always go together. So let's talk to some of our younger collegiate players or post-collegiate players. I feel like we haven't gotten their perspective. So we see here a few of the people in our midst. So we have Mitchell Fukumoto, Ian Burvey, and Brian Yamami here. So say hi to our live stream audience. Our one viewer and potential other archived people that might look at this.
Anyone actually watching this?
Well, they could watch the archive copies too, so they get posted online. So we talked to a couple people about how the day's gone so far. Can you guys tell us a little bit about what you're excited about for tonight and maybe tomorrow? What's coming up next?
Well, tonight I'm excited to start. Should I hold it?
Yes.
Tonight I'm excited to play with everyone because we have a jam session coming up, so that'll be really exciting.
I'm excited about the results of the D-School exercise we did today and the little prototypes of different ideas to improve the taiko community that we will be revealing tomorrow.
I'm excited to see everything come together and for the goals and mission of the TCA to be created and to rock and roll from there.
Awesome. Well, there you have it, straight from the horse's mouth. That kind of concludes our second day. I'm going to get going on this food right here because it looks so delicious. These churros are amazing. Oaxacan